Prince moved to Toronto and purchased a mansion here in the Bridle Path back in 2001, and he resided in the city up until 2006. And if you're asking yourself, why in God's name would Prince live in Toronto? Well, he found himself a gal who was a Torontonian, and he married her, and together they lived here until they divorced in 2007, and then the mansion was put back on the market. And if you want to know how much of a divide there is between the rich and the poor in this city, just take a walk through the Bridle Path. The divide is so wide now, guys, so wide. So let's make our way to the Bridle Path, which is the actual street name where Prince resided. And it has been 10 years since the artist formerly known as Prince passed away. There's still a number of theories floating around in regards to the cause of his untimely death. He was only 57 years old. He passed away in his home, I do believe in Minnesota. And Prince, I would say, was like a prodigy. He wrote his first song when he was 7 years old. And he was so talented. I mean, he could dance, could sing. He played several instruments. And he was a very smart businessman. In fact, he gave his middle finger to the music industry. He felt artists were not getting their fair share of the cut. Now, you know a neighborhood is elite when there are no sidewalks. So on the side I am now, the southern side of Post Road, there is no sidewalk. There is a sidewalk on the northern side of this road, and they don't want anybody in here, is my guess. They don't want anybody walking around. So Prince resided in the Bridle Path for 5 years in the early 2000s. And it was in this mansion at 61 Bridle Path Road that he created his most successful album, Musicology, which came out in 2004. I doubt Prince ever walked in this neighborhood. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I gotta get on the sidewalk. I was gonna keep walking on the grass, but I think I'm gonna stick to the one sidewalk that they have. This neighborhood is sometimes referred to as Millionaire Row. And Prince is not the only famous person to have resided in this neighborhood. Most Torontonians are aware that Drake has one of the most valued properties in the bridle path. Celine Dion purchased a property here. I don't think she still owns it though. And Prince was a very eclectic artist. They don't make artists like him anymore, and he was quite assertive when it came to creating and not just singing a song, like actually writing and composing your own music. What stunned me when Prince died, besides the fact that he was so young, and initially the cause of death was attributed to a drug overdose. Now there are theories floating around that perhaps that was not the cause of death, but nonetheless, it did surprise me that he passed away due to a drug overdose, because he did not do drugs or drink or smoke. Go down that rabbit hole later if you want to, guys. But what shocked me the most was that when Prince passed away, he did not have a will. So a number of his family members came out of the woodwork to get a piece of the pie, and there have been attempts to do a documentary on Prince since he passed away 10 years ago. But the estate, which owns the rights to all of his music, look at that place. Refuses to allow people to use any of Prince's music. And And how could you not include his catalog of songs in a documentary about the one and only Prince? How could you even attempt to create a documentary without including his music? So the estate right now has put a chokehold on anyone who wants to use his music. There is 59 The Bridle Path, and Prince resided at 61 The Bridle Path. This is 62. So how about I get back across the street It's insane. Look how big these homes are. And since Prince sold his mansion back in 2007, the mansion that he resided in has been on the market several times, and based on my research, the last time this mansion was on the market was 2023, and the mansion was selling for, get this guys, $17 million. Now in the listing, they do not mention him by name anymore. Initially they did mention that Prince resided here, but now you have to look it up in order to discover that in fact Prince resided at 61 Bridle Path Road, which I am on right now. And as you can see, there is ample privacy for people who reside here. They not only use a fence, but they also use foliage to protect their privacy. And the roads are not as smooth as some roads in the city, because they don't even want people driving around here. Although I'm seeing a number of vehicles this late afternoon. Now, I have never seen this mansion, so I'm hoping there's a way to observe it from the street. Like this one here, 59. The Bridle Path. What a home. Now, I got some notes here, guys. I got some notes here today. I'm going to get this right. I'm hoping I can see the mansion in which he resided in. And not much has happened to this mansion since 2007 when Prince resided here. In fact, it's basically in the same state it was when he lived here, and it's right in front of me here. 61 Bridle Path Road. Last time it was on the market, it would run you $17 million. Okay, guys, get this. Prince's abode here in the Bridle Path is a 14,000 14,000 square foot bungalow mansion. I guess that's where he would have got his mail. Like I said, not much has changed since Prince resided here. Perhaps the security company has changed. Let's see if I can get over this wall. So this mansion was 14,000 square foot bungalow with 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a grand ballroom, a gourmet kitchen fit for a Michelin chef. Hope I said that right, guys. The basement had a rec room where I guess Prince got his creative juices flowing. There was a theater room, an exercise room, a spa in there, a 7-car garage, and a garden oasis with an award-winning pool and a tennis court and an outdoor parking area that could accommodate 15 cars. Let me get over here. Now let me see. If I can see it from another angle. And some of the bedrooms, so it's 6 bedrooms, but some of the bedrooms are larger than some condos in Toronto. So let's see. Again, you have that foliage. Blocking the view. And a fence. Across from this estate looks like a derelict piece of land. No doubt somebody rolling in money. You know what? I'm gonna have a peek at this property across from what used to be Prince's mansion here in Toronto. Yeah, this one here is, the property is totally flattened. But save your tears, guys, save your tears. Development in this city is healthy and thriving in the luxury department. So if you're looking for a luxury condo or rental building, the economy has not affected these people. The ultra elite, they do live in their own bubble. Okay, guys, let me see if I can crawl into the woods here, because I have a clear view of Prince's mansion he resided in for 5 years. And I don't believe anybody is living here right now. Look at the land. I can picture Prince on his piano, playing ping pong in his rec room, coming up with his most successful album, Musicology. Just incredible. Just a great loss. Just a great loss of Prince. Okay, let's keep walking here. See what I can see on this side. Again, all this foliage. That was just one opening. I'm curious if the tennis court and the pool are visible from here. Mommy. Oh, mommy. Let's see. Can I see from here? I feel like a peeping Tom. It does look like the grass is being taken care of. I don't see the tennis court though, or the pool. So the only opening was that little space there. Let's see if I can see this way. I do believe that is where his estate property line ended, right here. Let's see. Oh, mommy, this is where my hiking skills come in handy, guys. Oh, mommy. Yes, I do believe that's where his property line ended for 61, the bridle path. And these trees are massive. Just gonna have a quick look over this fence here to see what's over on the other side. I can't see. It looks like the estate beside it is boarded up as well. I wonder if this was his. As well. Nope. This would be 63, the bridle path. And it looks like there's a notice. A change is proposed to the site. But that was all the way back in 2024. Yikes. Yikes. See if I can sneak a look at what used to be Prince's neighbor. somebody jumped the fence. What is that? It's like broken glass in that mansion. Perhaps vagrants came in and did that? Huh. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the divide between the rich and the poor is not in terms of days anymore. It is in terms of years. But there you go. 61, the bridle path here in Toronto, where Prince resided. And it's still in the same state it was when he sold it in 2007.